Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Ronke and I love to talk about travel, career, and general life tips. If that sounds like your sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the good stuff. Alright, so in today's video we are talking about benefits. I am a strong believer that when you are assessing a job offer or even trying to decide about certain companies to apply to, it is extremely important that as much as we care about our salaries, stock units, all those things, we also really need to care about our benefits. So for those who might be a little bit unfamiliar, when I'm talking about benefits, I'm talking about employer-provided benefits. Well, employer-provided benefits. These are typically things like health insurance, and then when you're thinking of health insurance, there's the medical insurance, the dental insurance, the vision insurance, all of those. And then you might also have some things like tuition reimbursement and so on and so forth. So benefits, the way that they work typically is that they are either fully provided by your employer, meaning there is absolutely no financial impact to you, or they may be subsidized by your employer. And so when you think of healthcare in particular, like health insurance, a lot of companies will subsidize it. What this means is that if you are looking at a job offer and they're telling you that, hey, we're going to give you $100,000 and maybe it's $100,000 post-tax, by the time that you start paying for health insurance, your company will deduct some of that money before tax and before you get it, meaning that you're earning less than $100,000. Now, if the total amount of your health insurance, hypothetically, let's say was supposed to be about $200 a month, your company might subsidize it by paying $100 towards it, and then you pay the remaining $100. So when you're thinking about benefits, once again, there are those that are completely covered, and then there are some that do have some sort of financial impact. And so it's really, really, really important when you are, once again, looking at job offers or trying to decide on companies to apply to, that you have an understanding of what the general benefits that this organization offers are and really what the impact to you is. As I said from the beginning, I feel like this is a really important topic to talk about because there's a lot of emphasis placed on salary, but when you think about the benefits that you actually will end up using from a company or that you may need to use from a company, those will also potentially impact your salary. Either they impact your salary because you have to pay for a portion of it, or it may impact your salary in a positive way in the sense that that's money that you would then save that you otherwise would probably have to pay if you were not able to receive that benefit. So just to share some other general benefits, some companies also provide like corporate discount codes, whether it is towards car rentals, car purchases, hotel stays, things like that. And so they'll provide you with the corporate discount code that you can then use to get cheaper rates. Some of the additional benefits that I've seen include volunteer time off. And so essentially your company will give you a certain number of days that you can take off to go and volunteer. Of course, there is actual also paid time off, which is time that your company gives you to go and do your own thing, relax. I've also seen some companies that offer contributions towards student loan repayments or tuition reimbursement, so meaning that you're actively in school and they're paying for a portion of your tuition. Some companies, of course, if you are commuting into the office or you need to park near the office, may also offer either a transportation or parking stipend or discount. Some may offer a company car, company phone, and then of course, some companies offer free meals. So there are a wide variety of different sort of benefits that are out there that you may find from a company. So I've said a lot about benefits and what kind of benefits there are, and I want to talk through what you should consider when it comes to benefits and job offers. The thing about benefits is that some of these benefits, they are somewhat fixed, but there are some that you may be able to negotiate as part of your overall package when you're accepting a job offer. Number one, when you are looking at a job offer, you're looking at a benefits package, one of the most important things I think you need to actually do is go line by line through each of the benefits offered and determine how much use you're going to get of it. For someone who is still in school or is paying off student loans, having that option of student loan reimbursement is going to be a lot more meaningful to that person than someone who is not in that same position. And so when you're comparing, let's say you're comparing two different offers, not only should you be looking at do they both offer it, but then even if they both offer it, what amount do they offer? What are the conditions? So those are the sort of things that you really want to think through. You want to make sure that the benefits are things that you can actually make use of. So for the second tip, as I mentioned earlier, when it comes to benefits, there are those that are completely covered by your company versus those that are subsidized. Now, whichever one it is, if it is something that you feel is worth it for you, then there is going to be some sort of cost impact, like I mentioned. If it is a stipend, let's say for exercise equipment or a gym membership, if it is something you are already going to do anyways, then great, you're saving money. Even if it's something you weren't going to do, but now you have an incentive to do it because it's being paid for, great, you're still saving money. So you want to also have that in mind as far as what the dollar value of that benefit is. On the flip side, let's say that your company is willing to subsidize you buying a new car. If you're not really looking to buy a new car anytime soon, then maybe that's not really going to be something that you're going to get a lot of value out of. So it's important to kind of think through the dollar value of those benefits. Even with benefits, especially when you're thinking about things like health insurance in particular, if your company offers a lot of different options, then you need to kind of weigh out based on each option that they offer and the cost of each option, which one is going to be the optimal for you and your needs. The third thing I would consider is if you're required to make any contributions towards this benefit. And so if you were comparing between two companies that were offering you similar salaries, but one of them was willing to pay a substantial amount more towards your health insurance, that could be one of the key factors that you look into to help you make that decision. Because once again, if you're contributing towards it, your company's contributing towards it, if they're willing to contribute a lot more to really offset the cost for you, it reduces how much you're contributing and increases how much of your take-home salary you're actually able to take home. Another aspect of your contribution is that there are also certain types of benefits that unless you contribute, meaning unless you opt in and you're contributing actively, your company will not contribute towards it. And so one example might be something like a transportation stipend. It might be you having to actually set up the profile and maybe put in whether it's $100, however much it is. But at the point where you do that, then your company will start to contribute. So you also have to keep that in mind. If it is something that your company is willing to contribute to, you need to first make sure that you're willing to contribute to it and that you're willing to contribute at an amount that makes sense. The fourth consideration when it comes to assessing benefits is to determine what the fine print is. A lot of these benefits that you're going to get have some level of fine print. One of the popular ones that tends to have fine print is the 401k. So a 401k, 403b, I believe, are retirement accounts for for-profit and nonprofit companies, respectively. Typically, the way that they work is that you would contribute a certain amount into your fund, your retirement fund, pre-tax. Your company would also contribute a certain amount pre-tax. Now, with some companies, what they'll do is that if you work for them for a certain amount of years, let's say 1 to 2 years, they will allow you to walk away with the money that they've contributed into your account. They may allow you to walk away either with a percentage or with the full amount. It just depends on how many, it depends on the specific organization. Additionally, with some organizations, depending on the benefit, there also might be a payback period. So hypothetically, let's say you are getting student loan reimbursement payment and you leave the organization within a year. They might require you to pay back a certain portion of that money that they've contributed to your student loans. So those are important things to keep in mind. If you know that you're not going to stay at an organization long, you want to also look at the benefits from the lens of, if I do take advantage of this, am I really going to be able to benefit from it? Or is it something that I can benefit a little bit, but in the end, I still have to pay back, or I'm not able to maximize as much as I would like? So outside of course, what your company is giving you, you also want to think through who the service providers for these benefits are. So hypothetically, if the insurance companies that your company has the best rates with are not in your area, then you want to make sure that you're looking very critically at how much is actually going to impact you to now go with maybe a less desirable service provider that is in your area. And this last consideration I think is important for remote workers, because depending on how large your company is or where their footprint is around your area, you may not necessarily be able to benefit a lot from all the benefits that they have. So you really want to think it through when you are looking at the benefits package. And depending on the organization, the benefits package is something that usually will come through either during the interview round or once you're getting the offer letter. But I would highly recommend looking at the benefits package thoroughly and having a conversation with your recruiter if there's anything that you're uncertain about, anything that you might be interested in negotiating, just to make sure that it's a right fit for you. Benefits are called that for a reason. They are meant to benefit you. So I hope that as you continue along your career journey, that you focus not only on the salary, but on the entire package of salary and benefits. As always, please make sure to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel for more travel, career, and general living tips. See you next time.